welcome back to my podcast, Totally Not Unbothered. I'm your host, Alyssa, and I am so happy to have you guys here with me. Whether it's your first time or you're joining me back for more, welcome. I'm happy you guys are here, and I'm grateful you guys are joining me along for this journey of Totally Not Unbothered. Anyways, um, I'm always just so happy starting each episode. And I know I say this every single time, but thank you. It truly means the world to me. Your support, your love, everything means the world. So thank you guys. I see you and I appreciate you from the absolute bottom of my heart. I just want to give you a big ol' hug. So accept it, please and thanks. Mwah. Love ya. And that's the episode. Goodbye. Imagine that's it, like a 1 minute episode. Okay, yeah, let's roll with it. No. Okay. So, as always, before we get into the episode, a weekly recap is due for you guys because it's been a whole week since I last saw you guys. And I wouldn't say a lot has happened because let's be real, my life is honestly pretty chill right now. I honestly can't complain. I worked a couple days this past week. I worked out and exercised, drank my water, hit my step goals, all of those fun little things. Excuse me. I also one of my friends made a new friend, so they came over to dinner for dinner, and I got to meet her, and she is super nice and super fun, and a new friend for sure. So I'm super glad to meet her and to get to know her. She's just a good time for sure. Oh, I also went bowling last week with them. Um, Me and three of my friends went bowling. That was super fun. I love to bowl, but I'm not the best bowler. No, okay. I just have a habit of always like bowling. Like I bowl with my right hand, and the ball, I'll always like bowl it to the right of the lane. No, the left of the lane. Yeah. So when I go to bowl, I have to like aim kind of towards the right, so it like angles out to the left. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just weird. I'm just weird like that, I guess. I got one strike the whole entire time. So somebody please um take me bowling so I can get better and I can join a professional bowling league and I can go in the Olympics to bowl or something. I don't know, right? No? Okay. Well, just a thought, just a thought. Also, last episode, I told you guys that there was a guy from my past who is texting me again. And a week later, we're still texting. Hmm. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, it's nothing like juicy or crazy. It's nothing like that. And the reply time isn't like the best, but we're both super busy. He's more busier than me, let's be honest. But you never know. We're just gonna see. We're gonna let the universe, let God cook, and we're gonna see what they cook in. Okay? And if the name is droppable, or if it ever gets droppable, then y'all will be the first to know. But until then, those who know, and those who don't. Sorry about it, guys. Nothing but love. Mwah. Promise. Oh, I'm also going to New Hampshire in a week. That'll be fun. I'm going to see some family friends, help out a little bit. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, I'm just super excited. I love them so much. I'm so excited to see them. I have not seen them in about 6 years. So to see them and hang out with them for a week, I'm so excited about it. And yeah, I can't wait. So I don't know. I might either record an episode there or I might pre record an episode in Arizona and then just publish it when I'm out there. Or I might just not record at all. I don't know. Um, we'll see. I'm still trying to determine what the best kind of case is. So we'll figure it out and I will let you guys know. Do not fret. Do not worry. I also just want to preface, so it's currently midnight, and so your girl's a bit tired. I want to go to bed, and I want to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. So I have a handy dandy energy drink in this water bottle. So if I'm drinking it throughout the episode, I'm not thirsty for water, I'm thirsty for an energy drink. So yeah. So just be patient with me as always. I'm tired, but I'm gonna be honest. I knew that I had to get this episode out. I knew that I had to publish it. I knew that I needed to be disciplined, and I owed it to myself to publish it and to get this episode out on Wednesday, like I promised. And I owed it to you guys watching to get an episode out. Because that's what I told you guys that I was going to do, that I was going to post an episode every single Wednesday, no matter what. Unless they are extreme circumstances, where I'm like in the hospital or a family emergency or something like that. See, yawns. I am going to be getting an episode out. And even though I'm so exhausted and so tired and I just want to curl up in my bed and go to sleep right now, I am here and I'm showing up and I'm going to get this shit done for y'all. Okay? So hang in there with me today because it's rough per usual, but we keep it real at Totally Not Unbothered, and I'm never going to be fake with y'all or lie to you guys about that. So, yes. But that is kind of like a good little opening setup to this week's episode. So, as always, I have my notes right down here so I don't forget anything. And this week's episode, we're actually talking about showing up tired and why it's okay to show up tired. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into why I wanted to talk about this topic right now. Specifically, right now. Well, like I said, I'm tired. I've been so very tired lately. I am doing 75 hard ish. The only ish part is I don't drink a gallon of water. I drink 60 ounces, but I have a protein goal of 120 to 140 grams to meet every day. I work out twice a day for 45 minutes, one outside. I'm reading my book. I'm doing my progress picture. I'm not drinking any alcohol. That's the easiest part, let me tell you. So, lifestyle wise, there's a lot to get done. I also always have my mental health to worry about, to make sure is good. I go to therapy, stuff like that. I work. I have a dog to take care of. All these things were mentioned in episode 3. So I have a lot of things that are on my plate 24/7. And so I'm tired. Clearly I'm tired. But me being tired doesn't stop the things that need to get done from existing, if that made any sense at all. So that's why I wanted to talk about this topic. And yeah. So this topic really came from the feeling of being tired, and it's just the idea that it doesn't really go away, that feeling of exhaustion. Like even though you've slept a good 8 hours or a good 9 hours or a good 7 hours or 6, whatever that may be, that feeling of exhaustion can still just weigh you down every now and again. And I think that this topic is important and it should be talked about, especially with I know a lot of my audience is students, as college students, high school students, so people who are in that kind of educational realm, or even just parents who are watching it as well. Um, with school starting, everything like that, life is about a pickup for everybody. For parents of children who are going to school, for kids who are going back to school, college students, everybody's lives are about to get a lot more hectic. School is a very, very crazy time. And with that, I feel like comes a lot of people getting their energy depleted a lot quicker and a lot sooner than you'd expect it to. So I feel like right now is such a great time to kind of talk about this topic before that energy depletion kind of starts, because everybody does get tired, everybody kind of hits that wall where it's like, shit, I have no more energy, I can't give anymore. But unfortunately, just because we're exhausted doesn't mean life pauses. If life paused every time we would get exhausted, that would be great. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, that is not reality. That is not how life works. Life continues to move on whether we have an energy like the Energizer bunny, or we are feeling as slow as a snail and can barely move and get through life. So, yeah, that's honestly the reason why I wanted to talk about this today, just because with school almost in full swing for a lot of people. I mean, I start school in 3 weeks, so I get it. I do, and I just wanted to bring awareness to this topic and like this mindset before before it starts to get a bit hectic for everybody. And I truly, truly, truly want people to take away that you don't have to be at 100% to still show up. That is never the case. Effort is truly the biggest takeaway. No matter what you may be doing, like as long as you're trying and you're continuing to show up, that is a win. Sometimes it's just about being there. You know, it doesn't always have to be big or extravagant or loud or noisy. Sometimes you being there is enough. So, now that I've gotten all of that off my chest, I want to talk about what this means. Why does showing up tired feel like failure sometimes? And where did that idea even come from? Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the nitty gritty of this. So, to me, this topic kind of reminds me that even on my worst days, I'm still supposed to try. You know, I'm still supposed to show up. I'm still supposed to give effort, and that does mean something. Just because I may not have 100% energy doesn't mean that's not worth it. And I feel like a lot of the times people get that confused or mistake that like you can only show up when you have 100% effort. You are only doing your best when you are giving 100% effort. But that isn't the case. And so with those beliefs, you also have the belief that like you being tired is equates to you being lazy. If you get home from a long day of school or a long day of teaching or just a long day of parenting or whatever it may be, adulting, and you just want to take a nap, you just want to rest for a little bit, you just want a 30-minute break, it's sometimes in the back of your head you're like, well shit, like am I being lazy? Like I I have all these chores that I need to get done. I need to start dinner. I need to pick up my kids. I need to like get the kids stuff ready. I need to pack lunches. I need to get homework done. All of this stuff. And so all of a sudden, you kind of feel like you being tired and needing rest means that you're lazy, means that you're lazy. There's literally no other word for it. I was trying to find another word instead of lazy, but that's literally what it feels like. Or I don't know if you've ever heard this, but I have, and sometimes you also get the belief or the pressure that if you're not giving 100%, then why are you going to even bother? Like I remember when I was an athlete and I would feel like my coaches would like get upset with me if I wasn't giving 100% effort, if I wasn't giving it my all. It was like, well, then what are you even going to do here if you're not going to try? If you're not going to try your hardest? But it's like, I can still try my hardest and it not be 100% effort? Because sometimes you don't have 100% effort. And I feel like that is also such a huge misconception is that we always have 100% effort to give or 100% energy to give when that isn't always the case. Sometimes our max energy for the day is at 50%. Sometimes 50% is all we have to give anything. So my 50% is going to look different than when I have 100%. But if I'm giving all my 50%, then that's still me giving my all and that's still me trying my best, if that makes sense. But I feel like a lot of people feel like you have 100% to give 100% of the time. But let's be real, people. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has 100% effort or energy or whatever 100% of the time. That is ridiculous. That is insane. And in all honesty, that is not possible. It's not. And the last thing, I am so freaking sick and tired of hearing about and seeing and just experiencing is burnout culture. I am so sick and tired of people glorifying burnout like it's proof of commitment. Burnout is not healthy. It's not fun. It's not good for you. It is none of the above. It's not cute. It's not an aesthetic. It is none. Okay? Burnout does not mean you're working hard. Burnout, no. No. Just no. No. I'm so sick and tired of people feeling like they have to burn themselves out in order to prove themselves to somebody else. It's annoying, it's gross, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling like I have to run myself into the freaking ground, busting my ass off to feel like I've actually accomplished something. I should not have to feel like that every single time I try something. I should not. I should not have to feel, I shouldn't have to feel that tired all the time. Like, no. And lately, I feel like it's so big on like social media and like shows and TV shows and movies and just like society in general to kind of like glorify or like make burnout seem like a positive thing or like a good thing. Like, babe, it's not. Burnout is not good for you. It's not good for your mental health or your physical health or just you in general. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Okay? It's not. And like, no. Just no. Just no. Just no. No. The mindset that people need to have, in my wholehearted opinion, and as always, it's my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. You do not have to you do not have to agree. I was about to say you don't have to disagree. No, you can disagree all you freaking want. It's my opinion. You do not have to agree with me at all. But I think that people need to understand that it's okay for me to not always bring my A game. Okay? It's okay if I am not bringing my 100% effort into every given situation. That's fine. That is okay. People need to understand that if I bring 20% into a situation, that 20% is still good enough because maybe that 20% is all I can fucking give today. And I know I already mentioned that, but clearly that means it's important. And people need to understand that. And people need to do a better job of promoting that idea and promoting that culture instead of promoting this burnout culture and this idea that 100% is all, it's like all or nothing. Like either give it your all or don't even, like, don't bother. No, that's stupid and that's not true because once again, nobody can give their 100% effort 100% of the time. And listen, I'm not just saying this to say it. Like, I'm not just saying this to say it. You guys know me. You know that I don't say things just to talk out of my ass, you know? I mean, sometimes I do say things just to say things, but those are kind of just like the random things that I'm thinking in my head. The actual like topics or points of an episode, I say it because I understand it, you know? I told you guys in episode 1 of this podcast, like the goal of this podcast is to be as real and relatable as possible, you know? The messages that I get from my friends and from like peers and stuff like that, like, Alyssa, I relate to what you're saying. It helps me so much. Like, I love hearing from you. That's my goal, you know? And so this episode, like, I'm saying this not to say it, but because I've felt it. I've lived it. I've understand I've understood those feelings. And so I want to walk you through a specific time where I honestly felt that. Okay. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, I'm doing 75 hard. I put it on my bingo card this year that I wanted to do 75 hard. Hold on. I want to take a quick energy drink break cuz I need some drink. I'm drinking Ghost. I love Ghost. Sponsor me, please. Not sponsored by Ghost, by the way. I wish I was though. Anyways. Sorry. anyways, anyways. I started 75 hard 38 days ago. Yeah, I'm on day 38, I believe. I started 75 hard 38 days ago. I put it on my bingo card in the beginning of the year when I made my bingo card. And so that was one of the things I wanted to do. I'd been wanting to complete 75 hard for a while. I hadn't been that consistent in the gym. I hadn't been really like giving my all, um, bettering myself like physically, fitness wise. So I figured, well, I love crossing things off. I love accomplishing things like that. So if I put 75 hard on my bingo card, it'll kind of force me to have to do it. Like I won't get a choice to do it. So it'll be there. I'll have to get it done. I'll have to. So the first week, the first week was great. The first week was easy, It was fun, it was exciting. I was like, fuck yeah, this shit's easy. I gotta do this for 75 days. Oh, piece of cake. Piece of cake. I didn't knock on wood when I said that. I didn't knock on the head of a virgin either when I said that. Yeah, so going into week 2, I started to get a little bored. I started to get tired of working out twice a day. I started to get tired of eating 120 grams of protein, of drinking all this damn water, of reading these books. Like, I was going through books like it was nothing. Like, they were nothing. I've probably read, I think I'm on my 4th self-help book of the year. Which, okay, I know it's July, so you're probably like, Alyssa, that's not a lot. Last year, I think I read probably like 3 books all year. All year. So, and I'm just talking self-help books. Like regular books, I think I'm on book 8. Anyways, that is not the point. You guys know me. I get off topic like that. So we have to be patient with Alyssa. Thank you. Love you. Mwah. Anyways, so I was getting tired of it. I didn't want to wake up early anymore. I didn't want to go on walks in the sun. I couldn't walk with my dog because it's too hot to walk her in Arizona weather. Whether it's early in the morning or late at night, it's too hot for her because the pavement's too hot. So I didn't want to walk outside anymore. I had started swimming, but after a while, I didn't want to swim anymore because I hated getting my hair all chlorine. So I was just like, fuck, this sucks. This sucks, and I'm over it, and I'm tired, and I'm exhausted, and I cried. I remember crying to my friend about it, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm I'm over here chugging protein shakes and eating protein bars. My stomach is hurting, and all I'm wanting to do is lay in my bed and go to sleep. That's it. That is all I want to do. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, you have two options. You're tired and you can give up. And you can just forget about 75 hard. It's not going to happen. That's option one. That's, as usual, that's usually the easiest option. Option two is you suck it up and you continue to show up no matter how tired you are. You continue to do it and you continue to push yourself, because as long as you're continuing to try, you're still making progress. You're still making a difference in your life. And God, option one sounded so good. I mean, no more waking up early, no more going to the gym twice a day, just a chill life, eating whatever I wanted. Option one sounded really nice. Really nice. But then I thought about past Alyssa and what past Alyssa wanted. And by past Alyssa, I mean like the Alyssa who started 75 hard. Yeah, her. She was so determined and so like, I want to reach this goal. I need to finish 75 hard no matter what. That Alyssa, yeah. I thought about her and I was like, okay, I need to continue to show up. I have to continue to show up. And have I? Yes, because like I said, I'm on day 38. I'm on day 38, and has it gotten easier? No. Not always. There are most days where I have to drag myself to the gym, even when I do not want to go. I am fighting every single urge in my body to turn around and go back into my bed and lay down. Every freaking urge. Because my bed is just saying, Alyssa, I know you're tired. Just come back in. I'm warm and cozy, and you can sleep in me all day. I'm fighting every urge. I'm fighting that voice. I'm like, no, shut up. Shut up. And I wish I was being dramatic. I wish I was. But I'm not. I'm being so real with you guys. That's my life. But on the other hand, every time I drag myself to the gym, I feel so proud and I feel like I accomplished the biggest thing in the world once I get there and once I finish. I leave feeling so proud and so accomplished because I showed up. Every day I continue to make the choice to show up for myself, even though I'm tired. I don't have 100% effort with 75 hard anymore. I'm not going to lie. I don't have 100% energy anymore, especially on days where I'm working a lot and I'm doing so many other things. I don't have that energy. Sometimes I only have like 50. I'm only at a half a glass. But I continue to show up and make the most out of that because showing up is still something to be proud of. It's still something that should be recognized and should be celebrated, like the win that it is. Because I've also realized that the days where I haven't wanted to go to the gym, I haven't wanted to eat my protein, I haven't wanted to do the things that I've needed to do, those are actually the days where I've shown the most growth, you know? That's where I create discipline. That's where I get my motivation from. That's where I realize I'm committed to the goal. I'm committed to the end. Because a lot of the times motivation does not last, you know? And so with my goals, it's the simple fact that I'm disciplined and that I want it to happen and that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish that goal. So, I'm telling you all of this because I feel like you guys understand that. Maybe not the 75 hard part, maybe not all that, but more in regards to the fact that we why did I say it like that? That we're not always going to want to do the thing. We're not always going to want to do what we should have to or what we need to. You know, that's not going to be the case 100% of the time. And that's okay. But the thing is, we're going to do it anyways. We're going to continue to show up and we're going to continue to make that progress and to do the things that we expect ourselves to do when we're tired because that's still a win. That is a big old W. A big old W for you. So here you go. Take it. Take it, girl. You earned it. Sorry, I'm getting tired and I also saw a spider or a bug across like it's on my floor. But I can't kill it cuz I'm recording. So I hope I'm able to kill it after the episode ends. So, yeah. I just that's honestly I just want you guys to know that and I also just want you to know that like you've got it and I believe in you guys. I believe in you guys. Okay. So, I realize that the pressure isn't just coming from me, but I realized a lot of the pressure was coming from outside of me as well, you know? Whether that's from the world, people around me, social media, it's everywhere. We did talk about that a little bit in episode 1. Um, and so there's this pressure from the world that hustle culture, you know? I feel like hustle culture is so big and so what's the word? It's just put in this like spotlight, you know, and it's put in this like positive light, like it's such a good thing. But hustle culture is not. It is not as good as society and the world make it seems. It's this idea that you're always on or you're always performing or you're just always on the go. You're always hustling. And don't get me wrong, hustling is good sometimes. You know, when you're working them jobs, you need to hustle, you need to get that money, honey. But it should not be promoted the way it's being promoted. Because the message that it sends is that when you're not doing the most, you're not doing enough. Rest is this weakness, and the only way to be successful is if you're willing to get burnt out. Is success means burnout. They equate each other. They equal one another. However, that's not the case. That is never the case. I want to go back to the if you're not doing the most, you're not doing enough. I feel like that is so freaking far from the truth because, like I said, you do not have to be doing the most to be doing enough. That, no. No, 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 no. Because as long as you continue to show up and you continue to try, and as long as you're willing to try and willing to put in effort, you're learning and you're growing. And at the end of the day, that's a fucking win. That that's a win. So I get it, I get it because I felt that pressure. I felt that pressure to constantly be pushing myself, constantly taking, like, skipping rest days, going to the gym 24/7, constantly sacrificing my mental health, sacrificing my academics, sacrificing the things that I needed or that were good for me because I was like, no, I need to put 100% effort into the gym. I need to put 100% effort into academics. I need to. So I was downing energy drinks. I was skipping meals. I was doing all these things that are not healthy because I was like, I need to be at my 100%. I need to be at my A game 100% of the time. And what did that cause? Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses what that caused? Burnout. Burnout. It caused me to be so mentally drained, and my mental health is so sensitive. It is something that I advocate for, and I am so big on taking care of your mental health and putting your mental health first. And mine was rocky, guys. Mine was rough. So don't do that. Don't. Because eventually you're going to be like me and you're going to come to a point where you're like, okay, you know what? This is not working. Something has got to give. Something has got to change. Because if not, I'm going to continue to negatively impact myself. Because you can't keep burning out to prove something. You cannot keep running this cycle or running this rat race to try and prove something to somebody or to prove something to yourself. So for me, I started to learn that I started unlearning the lie that more effort is more worth. Okay? Your effort does not equate to how much you're worth. It doesn't. As long as you are giving as much as you can give, you're doing great. And that's something that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. I really made sure to listen to my body and really kind of just change that, like, mindset of what productivity looks like for me. Productivity isn't going to look like the same for everybody. Somebody's Sunday may look like cleaning their whole house and organizing and doing a whole bunch of things. That's a productive Sunday for them. For me, it might just be getting my laundry done and waking up early and making my bed and reading. And that's a productive day for me. We also have to stop comparing ourselves to one another because comparison is the thief of happiness or thief of joy or whatever that quote says. It's something like that. I also realized that I don't have to give 100% all the time. I don't. I sometimes do not have 100% to give, and that's okay. I don't have to give 100% in order to prove anything or in order to prove myself to anyone. Okay? If my glass is half full today and I'm giving 50%, but that's all I can give, that's still good. That's still great. Or if I'm having a rough day, I'm going through family issues, I'm just having a rough couple days, but I'm still trying my hardest, I'm still giving my best effort, that is still a win. And that applies to you too. As long as you continue to show up and you continue to give effort, that is all we can ask of you. We cannot ask anything more from you than that. And if there are people in your life who say, no, that's wrong, we expect 100% of the time, You're telling me you really gave 100%, 100% of the time? No. No, 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 no. That's not possible. That is not possible. So, how I want you guys to move on and how I am moving on is continue to show up tired, show up messy, show up with all the flaws and with all your imperfections, because that's what matters. Showing up. Continue to show up no matter what, no matter how you're feeling, because that is what matters. That is when growth happens. That is when growth occurs. So right now, I'm moving differently. Yes, I am still tired. Trust me. Girl, I'm tired. I'm tired right now. I'm waiting for this episode to end because a girl's exhausted and I'm about to knock out. However, regardless of me being tired, I am still learning to show up in my most real and authentic way. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to be 100% all the time, but I'm trying to show up. So, that was my little rant. Episode over. Bye. Just kidding, because what would my episode be without some takeaways? Alyssa's takeaways. Yeah. As always, takeaways. We got 2 for you. 1, you do not have to be perfect. You being tired does not equate to you being a failure. Even if you show up at 15%, that's still showing up, and that is still a success. Yes, that was all one takeaway. The biggest part of that whole long ass sentence was you do not have to be perfect to show up. You don't. Takeaway number 2. Oh, my shoulder just popped. This isn't about being the best. You are not going to be the best in everything. I promise you that. There will be people who are better at something than you are. Yeah. However, it's about staying with it even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when you want to quit. That is what it's all about. You think I'm the best person in the gym? No. Sometimes I'd be looking on TikTok to see how to do this, to see how to do an RDL, or to see how to do a hip thrust. I'll be looking. I'm not the best, but I am still trying and I'm still showing up. And I'm still going to stay working out even when I hate my life and I want to give up. Because that is what it's about. So, if you're exhausted, raise your hand. Say I. I. Just know I am right there with you. I am exhausted and I'm tired, but you're doing good. You're doing great, actually. Scratch good. Scratch good, scratch great. You are doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. And whatever percentage you're showing up is still great. Whether that's 100 or 10. You are still showing up. My God, my nose is itchy all of a sudden. You are still showing up, and that is what matters. That is what matters. So, without further ado, before we wrap up episode 5 of Totally Not Unbothered, just remember, putting in effort doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be loud to be authentic. Sometimes the quietest effort is the most powerful. Okay? So, before I leave you guys, and I'll see you guys on Totally Not Unbothered Thursdays on my Instagram at Totally Not Unbothered. If you don't follow it, give it a follow. I have a prompt for you. Drop it in the comments or DM me. What's one thing you can still show up for this week, even if you're not at 100%? For me, not only is it the gym, but it's also work. Work has been a bit slow, has been a bit on the slower side, and it's a bit tiring, but I'm still going to show up and I'm still going to give it my all, even if I'm not at 100%, because I owe it to myself to do that. So, drop below in the comments what's one thing you can still show up for this week, even if it is not at 100%. I look forward to hearing your guys' responses and just seeing how you will continue to show up. And one more thing I do want to just like say before, I also want to make sure you guys are also showing up for the people in your lives. You know, like, I get it. You're not going to be at 100% all the time, but sometimes your friend might be at 20% and you might need to give some of your effort to them because they might need that. So just remember to keep a lookout on those friends who might need you to show up for them a bit more, because that's what your friends are there for. They're there to help you out. And if you need some more effort from them or you need them in a different way, let them know. But that is all for me. I hope this episode made sense this week. If it didn't, drop it in the comments and say, Alyssa, it didn't make sense, but we still love you. And then send a kiss emoji, because that'll make me feel better that I'm not a failure. Just kidding, I'm not. But yeah, if you guys do not follow me, you can follow me at Totally Not Unbothered, wherever you get your podcasts. And when I say wherever you get your podcasts, I mean Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'm trying to hit 100 before the year ends. I'm at 33, I think, so fingers crossed we hit it, guys. Follow my Instagram at Totally Not Unbothered and the TikTok at Totally Not Unbothered. I am trying to be more consistent on Instagram, or trying to be more interactive on Instagram, I should say. So please follow me there at Totally Not Unbothered. Or if you just want to see me, at alyssamarie._ is my main. And yeah, I have my TikToks that you can follow as well, or my Facebook. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. You guys have made it halfway through the week. You're doing amazing. I love you. And my quick little gist before we go, as always, drink your water, get some rest, and go do something that makes you happy. I love you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Later, skaters!